Oh, great, I just fell through the floor. I'll catch you
See you
later.
later, bro. See you later, man.
See you later,
See you in the next
bro.
episode, see.
Well, that was a little awkward. Shout out to Ubisoft. But let's get into the build. This is going to be my Pestilence build. It's hands down one of my favourite builds to run in the Dark Zone. I've got so many manhunts and pissed off so many people with it. It's got good survivability and great DPS. So without further delay, let's get into the build. We're starting off with the gunner's specialisation, making sure that we've spec'd into LMG damage down the bottom left side of the mapping. We're also getting 10% armour on kill. Every third reload is going to be 50% faster. When we kit up we get 30% bonus armour, and we've also got the Banshee Pulse. This is the main reason why we've chosen the gunner build. It comes with a few additional mods on the Banshee Pulse, and when you use it, it disrupts enemies. We're going to get into this further later. On top of that, we also get a fire rate increase of 5% when we kill enemies. We also get 10% ammo refill every 60 seconds. We start off with the star of the show, the Pestilence Exotic Light Machine Gun. It comes with LMG damage of course, damage to target out of cover, and damage to armour. Both of those are multiplicative damages, and they come in really handy on the build. Let's have a look at the talent. Hits apply a debuff dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times, and when you kill an enemy on those stacks, it's going to spread to an enemy within 25 meters. Now of course we're not speccing in the status effects on this build. If you check out my Division Fact or Fiction video on the channel, you'll see why. Our next piece is the Yalbrand Mask. Comes with 10% hazard protection, 5% weapon damage. Everything rolled to crit chance with the crit chance mod, and a little bit of weapon handling to help with that LMG control. The next piece we've got is the Walker and Harris chest piece. This comes with 5% weapon damage, 5% damage to armour. It's also rolled with crit chance, crit damage, and a crit chance mod. We've got the Unbreakable chest piece talent, repairing 95% of your armour on armour break, remembering that in PvP that drops down to 50%, but it gives us a little bit more survivability and allows us to face tank a little bit better. Our next piece is the Brazos to Arquebus named Picaro holster. We've rolled crit damage on this, and we've got weapon damage and armour, and an additional skill tier thanks to the Ninja Bike backpack. The next piece is the Heartbreaker knee pads. This comes with assault rifle damage and LMG damage, and is going to buff both our primary and our secondary weapon. We've got weapon damage and crit damage on this piece. Our next piece is of course going to be the Contractor's gloves. Thanks to the Ninja Bike again, we get our LMG damage and our... excuse me? Yeah, you better walk on. Some people, I swear. Anyway, where was I? So, we've got the Contractor's gloves. LMG damage, weapon handling, we've rolled weapon damage and crit chance onto this, and of course the damage to armour, which gives us the multiplicative damage. Our last piece bringing the whole build together is of course the Ninja Bike backpack. It comes with all three core attributes, and we've also got a crit chance mod on this. Remembering that the talent unlocks the second tier of every brand set on every item that's on the build. Our secondary weapon is going to be the Police M4. This one's got crit chance on it, but ideally you'd want to have damage to armour or damage to target out of cover. And I've also got Optimus rolled on for the talent. Remembering that the Heartbreaker piece on this build is going to actually buff this as well as the primary weapon. Now, ideally you'd probably use a FAMAS over this gun, but I mean, come on. Look at the skin. How are you going to pass up the Umbrella Corporation skin? This actually gives you 30% coolness. And that's multiplicative coolness, because I like saying the word multiplicative. Makes me feel big smart. Doesn't really matter what pistol you put on this build, you could put a TDI card custom for another skill tier, but it's not really needed. I've chosen a lightning rod because of course it has the star skin, and just like the Umbrella Corporation skin, this gives you multiplicative coolness. Again with the word multiplicative. I love it. Moving on to our skills, my first skill is the Defender Drone. Now the reason I do this is because it gives you some damage reduction, so when you're trying to face tank and be out of cover getting those Pestilence stacks, it's going to give you a little bit more survivability so you can last out of cover a little bit longer. We've got the damage reduction, health, duration mods, and I've also got expertise 17 on this for some more damage reduction. The next skill of course is the Banshee Pulse. The reason I choose this is because it comes in pretty clutch when you're doing PvP fights, particularly when you're trying to push or retreat from an entire server. I've got skill haste and radius mods, and I've also got a 6% expertise on this. You'll be able to see how I utilise the Banshee Pulse later on in gameplay. Let's go down the shooting range and see what kind of damage we're putting out. Wrong way, idiot. That's better. So your standard ticks on this build will be about 750 at the basic level with 890 on the armor damage level. Now this is PvE ticks, at PvP it'll be around the 200 to 300 mark. Now obviously there are builds out there that do higher ticks, but those are glass cannon builds that require you to stand still. This is a run and gun build for PvP, and it's much more versatile and there's more survivability in that sense. When it comes to running this build, it's more of a support team build than it is a solo face tanking build. However, as you can see, I am face tanking this guy. Immediately when I start opening up with fire, he retreats back and has to recover. Now, I'm getting all these ticks up on him, and as you can see, because he's out DPSing me, I just go into cover and get a kit off while he has to run away, remembering he's still got those ticks on him. Once I'm kitted up, I can push him with the Banshee Pulse, and at this point, he's already died anyway, so I don't even need to worry. Another thing a lot of people forget too is that Pestilence ticks can proc off of all skills, especially decoys. As you can see, that guy tries to run away, so I just concentrate on his decoy. Once that's destroyed, all of those ticks spread to him. Having those additional ticks on top of DPSing those enemies means that you're going to out DPS them a lot of the time, even if they do have higher armor than you. So I'm about to third party this fight, so I prep my Banshee in advance and I run in. As you can see, they've left a nice little decoy for me to get some stacks off, and the last two people are going to run for their lives. Now, the first one's going to die immediately because he's ticking for 270 down to 250 ticks, so he's already dead. The third one's going to try and run it off, and he will also die. There's no way for him to actually get rid of the Pestilence ticks aside from continuously kitting up his medkits, and with us on his tail, there's no chance of that happening. As you can see, he dies without us even getting to him. So get on out there and start spreading the plague of the outcast. Let us know if you try out the build, and like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it.